Stepping inside a dealership is one of the worst mistakes you can make, and I'm going to tell you the only reason why you should ever step foot in a dealership right now. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Tommy. I've been in the car industry for most of my adult life. I was in sales, I was in finance, I was in everything in between. Now I help people buy cars, but enough about me. Let's talk about why you should ever step foot in a dealership. The only reason you should step foot in a dealership is to be in the research phase, to find the right car for you. Test drive vehicles, go through them. I have plenty of videos on talking about why and how you should test drive vehicles because I think it's a lot different than what the salespeople will. And salespeople are gonna hate it for it because they hate the just shopping person. They're gonna avoid you like the plague. You're probably gonna get a new salesperson that doesn't know much about vehicles. That's okay. Honestly, we can do our own research. We can figure this out. We don't need the salesperson's help. It's great to get some insight from them, but realistically, that's kind of the situation you're going to be in. Now, you really want to avoid a very particular question that's going to be asked to you. Now, for us, everybody's a little bit different in how they do it. We called them triggers at our dealership, which are a certain moment you ask key questions to get somebody along the buying process. For us, this is what we called trigger 3, which is when you're pulling up to the dealership and you ask if this is the right car for you. And then trigger 4 was be once you actually stop saying, if I can make this car affordable, would you buy it today? You need to answer no to that question. I need to do my research. I would not buy the car today. They're going to try to get you to numbers. They're going to say, well, you need to figure out how much it's worth, or you need to figure out how much your trade's worth, or et cetera, et cetera. They're going to do 1,000 different things. No, I don't want to go to numbers. I don't care how curious you are. You don't go to numbers in store, and I'll tell you the reason why. Salespeople do this each and every day. If you don't know, the average salesperson works between 45 to 50 hours a week, and if you do that per year, they train about 2,500 hours on working car deals. They are much more experienced than you. You're going to do this maybe 5 to 10 times in your entire life. You don't want to put them where they're most comfortable, which is at their desk negotiating a car deal. When everything goes south, they can just call upon their sales manager, which has 3,000 hours of year experience negotiating car deals. You don't want to deal with any of that. You want to do it all over the phone online. I have plenty of videos on that. But when we're talking about this, you want to make sure you're only in dealerships to test drive. Now, people might say, well, what if I have to pick up the car once I'm done negotiating? That might be an option. You can do a lot of this remote online over the phone as long as you're just put your foot down and say, I'm only willing to do this remote. You'll probably have to sign a few papers in the store, but you can do the majority of it over the phone and online as long as you are persistent and you say that's the only way you're willing to do it. During COVID, most dealerships adapted a way to do online signing, and that is no exception. So just make sure you're pretty stern on that. If you need to go in store, understand that the finance guy is probably the best salesperson out there, and he's going to do everything he can. So avoid him like the plague. Finding the right car is the hard part. Making it affordable is easy. The problem is that 60% of people who buy a car have buyer's remorse. They regret the purchase. It's because they allow salespeople to sell them on vehicles. They buy a car that's too expensive. You need to do your due diligence in the research phase. Don't just drive and buy the first car you find. Dealerships love this because they don't have to do as much work, but realistically, you need to find the right car for you, the car you actually need. I have videos on talking about your need, but enough about that today. I want you guys to have a very great day. Like and follow for more.